What the hell? Having a stroke or something?
No, bud. I'm trying to attract birds of prey.
What the hell kind of sound are you making?
It's the sound of a distressed rabbit. When I was a hunter, I'd make this sound to lure out wolves, lions, eagles. Any predator might fancy a bit of rabbit for dinner.
Won't do you much good these days. There aren't many animals left.
For now. Do you know why that is?
The virus?
Indirectly, but animals didn't become infected the way people did, but the virus did disrupt the food chain. Panicked humans, worried about running out of food, killed and ate pretty much everything they could, with no thought to the future. They devastated the populations of the usual game: rabbits, chickens, turkeys and such, then mice and rats and parakeets, anything that couldn't escape. Food became scarce for the larger predators like wolves and hawks. Eventually, they starved or left to search for food elsewhere. And thus did the animals disappear, especially in urban areas with high concentrations of voracious humans. Forget about the infected.
How does screeching like that help?
You see, if I manage to attract a bird of prey, it's a sign the food chain might be on the mend. One bird likely means two. A healthy bird means it's feeding. A well-fed bird might signal the return of the rabbits. Rabbits feed wolves and other animals as well, so you see.
I do. What kind of help will they need?
Mating pairs must be found, be they hawks or rabbits, and they must be bred, like man has done throughout time. There are plenty of men and women who would protect man's future by protecting the animals of this earth. Were I to find a nesting pair of birds or a rabbit with kittens, I would guard them with my life.
You sound more like a farmer than a hunter.
Oh, I assure you, I'd still hunt crow, since they're so plentiful, infected for sport, and anyone who tried to fuck with my animals. Here, take this. Hopefully you'll help the animals return as well.
Thanks. You really got me thinking.
Got to bring snacks for patrol again.
He's our greatest enemy. He's responsible for the black.
You guys okay?
Maybe you can help us. Help save our marriage.
How about you just don't argue?
You're right. We'll stop immediately. We love each other too much for that nonsense.
Far too much.
But without garlic?
And no sardines.
So, you can only make up with each other over sardines and garlic. Seriously?
Oh, yes. Mmm.
All right, where can I find garlic and sardines?
You see, it's like I told you. There are still good people in the world.
I have to think where the sardines are. Give me a moment.
But wild garlic grows here and there on the city's tallest buildings.
So, where are these sardines again?
That's right. There was a convoy. 4 trucks filled of the best sardines money could buy.
But they crashed. It was horrible. Precious cans scattered all over the place. Horrible.
But I still don't know where to find them.
Give me a minute.
Oh, you'll never remember. I'll tell him. Like I said, they're scattered all over the neighborhood. And don't you sigh at me, mister.
Okay. Don't kill each other before I get back.
Us? Why would you say such a thing?
We speak only the gentlest poetry to each other.
Poetry. More like sea shanties coming from you.
Just keep calm and stay put. I'll find your sardines.
I'll try. Grab the basket when you're ready. I'll mark the spots where the sardines are for you.
I hear the master brewer found enough hops to make a batch of IPAs.
Pilgrim,
Wait to try it.
we spotted specials in the neighborhood. Keep your eyes peeled.
Oh, wow. You haven't killed each other. Here are your sardines.
You're wonderful. Our savior.
Don't go overboard. He just brought us some sardines.
So, do you roast the garlic first, or do you eat it raw with the sardines?
Is this all you could find? We'll hardly be able to make up properly with this little. Can you bring us more? Pretty please?
You guys never stop, do you?
The greatest enemy is responsible for the Black Monday bombings and the death of 2 million people.
Inhibitor container detected.
Class B and Class C passes have been suspended until further notice. Medical and sanitation personnel are now required to show identification at each security checkpoint. Patients between 0600 hours and 1000 hours by priority of medical condition.
You know what I miss most about the world before the epidemic?
Don't you get enough adrenaline fighting for your life every day?
You know what they say. Adrenaline leads to either fight or flight. I definitely miss the flight aspect.
As in running away?
No, dude. As in literally flying. These days, seemed only one person in this city could fly. Lawan. Then you showed up.
Well, you're a paraglider? So why do you miss flying? I mean, you can still do it.
I was a skydiver, actually. And that particular flavor of flying is what I miss. But it was getting hard to run around the city in a squirrel suit with virals on your back. So, me and my team developed this ultra-light and practical paraglider you can use without any additional gear. The Night Runners instantly fell in love with it. Wanted to learn how to fly. So I set up a test track for them. Paraglider City Tour, we used to call it. I picked the perfect spot. Far from the VNC Tower, far from St. Paul's Cathedral, and far enough from the Missy so their lookouts didn't spoil the fun for us.
How do people do?
They mostly sucked. Except for Lawan. She took to it like a baby eagle falling from a nest. But I still hold the record. If you want to try and beat it, catch some flying thrills, be my guest. Just take the paraglider. time to take off. Wow! You beat my time! You can really fly. I'll make sure everyone knows there's a new cat in the sky. And please, do that again. It's a pleasure to see you fly.